for this project I am going to use this beautiful album by Graphic 45. This is ivory color and it has 4 signatures or pages with some flaps and tags inside. And also I'm going to use this matchbox also by Graphic 45, but I am planning to alter this. So because I want to add a kind of make this a little castle, because I'm going to use Ephemera Queen, so this lady that serves a tiny castle at least. So we will make this, we will alter this, and we need to cut here to make this a door. So I am going to concentrate more in this, because why? Because this album is already done. We just need to cover and decorate all the pages, and that's it. So first of all, I am going to use the 8 by 8 paper pad. Also, I'm planning to use the patterns and solids. Actually, I already cut for the cover the paper that I am going to use. Let me show you, please. This one. And I focus it on this piece because this will be here. Let me find something to put below in this way. And then I cut out strips of this paper. Let me show you which one was this. Is here. This one. This is a string of pearls. So I cut out at the same height these lines only because I want to make some contrast here. I'm going to add 4 of these. And from the signature page, Ephemera Queen, I already fussy cut the queen. So this will be here, but also I need to add some spark and glam here. This beautiful frame and also this tab are from these dies, policy and decorative dies. I cut, not fussy cuts. I already cut a lot of these frame, well, not a lot, 3 of these, some of these corners, because this will be perfect for embellish everything. Let me show you. These are the leftover pieces from the inside of the frames, and also from this. Here I have the corners, some of them, and here is the other one. This will be great just to add some gold, because I mean she's a queen, so she deserves something gold. Okay, so on top of this composition I am going to add this, and then the queen will be here, and on top of her I am going to use from the pack of the die cut assortments this Be Amazed to add it here. This will be framing that, and I have another one here with the here is it, the Ephemera Queen, and I don't know yet if this is going to be here or we will find a place to add this. So this will be on the cover, and also this piece will be on the spine. I just measure how much space I have here because I can remove this plate, so I am going to use it in this way, and maybe I am not sure yet, I can add some of the strips also here to match with the cover, and we will find something to the back. Okay, now what I want to do, I am going to find all the papers for the pages, and maybe I already make my marks about how much this measured. The entire page measured 3.5 by 4.5. So the same here, the same here, here, and there. But these ones that have a pocket here measure, I need to cut mats that measure 3, well, not 3, I am going to cut a little bit shorter than 3.5 and 3, and this will be a little bit short than 3.5 and 1 3/8. Also here I will cut a little bit short than 3.5 and 4.5. Well, I have already all the papers, and I think the best way is to start adding the papers on the places, and you will see the pictures of everything complete, so you can see exactly which paper is each one. Okay, and also let me tell you that I cut these tiny strips to add it here inside. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and I don't know where are the other 2. This is another one. I'm going to find it. So I'm going to stick everything, and when this is finished I will come back and we will make the embellishments for the album, and then we can concentrate in making the okay castle. I already assembled all the papers in the pages, and I'm going to show you one by one because I want you to see exactly which one I choose for the pages. And all of these papers are from the 8x8 paper pad. All right, well, I got this one inside the cover. And also let me tell you, I made these mats. It's just a cream cardstock that I had in my stash, and all of them measure 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then I looked for a contrasting or matching paper, depends of the page, to put it and add a picture, and we are going to stick this now, and of course embellish each one of the how I made this. Well, this was really easy because I just used, let me show you with this piece. I just put it in this way, leaving a space on top and on the bottom, and then I just made a mark here and cut. But I also made this one. I think they are 2 or 3 in this way. I measured the height that I wanted, and I just cut all the line, and then I made a mark where I wanted to score. I scored it, and then I just cut exactly at the same size of this flap. All right, and then I just glue it. All right, so this will be here, and I am planning to close it with some, or maybe one of these. I don't know yet, but I think we are going to use some of these beautiful to close it. Okay, if you think the video is really fast, you can slow down, because in the screen, below the screen, almost in the right corner, you will find a gear. You can push that gear and it will show you the option to slow down the video. I hope this is not a big problem for you, and you can find also the pictures in my blog and also in Graphic 45 blog to see which paper I use for each one of the pages. The outside at the end. I want to embellish the inside first, And I am going to fast forward a little bit because if not this is going to be a long video, and I am going to use these beautiful die cut assortments as well. These are really handy. All of these die cuts that I cut with this is perfect. You see, we just need to find something here for our friends, for example. I like it. I don't know, maybe something in different color, but I am going to make that. And of course, remember, because we have just a few space, I am going to glue this just in the bottom. I am not adding any glue here. What is so handy is to use something, acrylic or something plastic in this way, and then you can remove this, and the glue is not going to be stick in the paper. All right, so let's move. I will use pieces of chipboard. This is thin chipboard, just to add a little bit of volume to the embellishment, and then the picture can slide all the way down. papers are so beautiful that you can use any part of the image to embellish the mats, as I am doing here with this card and a tiny bit below the mat, and voila, you have a beautiful embellishment for your mats. These corners are just beautiful, so delicate. I really love them, and I used this corrugated and metallic paper, cardboard. I think it's not a paper, because I didn't get the paper, a metallic paper, but I think this looks also really pretty because they are so beautiful. Look how gorgeous they look with only uh, normal mat as this one in cream color. They really look so beautiful. decided to use a piece of acetate for the queen because it's so delicate and I don't want to tear the paper, so I am using the glossy accents because that's the glue that I like to use with the acetate, and I will stick this queen to the acetate, and when she is dried I am going to fussy cut again all around the image, and that is going to be much better, and then I can be sure that the paper is going to resist. This is a good tip for these delicate pieces. And now with the album ready, we can focus on the little castles. So this matchbox I am going to alter it, and as you are watching, I just cut one side because this is going to be my door, so I need to cover here the edges that I cut, and with a piece of cardstock, cream cardstock of course, I am covering here because I don't want to see that piece, and it's easy, just fold in a half as you are washing and then pinch in the edges to see how much you need to cut out as you are washing right now, because we want to to hide the brown of the chipboard. Okay, and you will see later how I made a flap in the other edge that we cut, because I am going to use also magnets to close more safely the door. And here you can see how I am going to make this flap with the magnets to make the closure. We need this piece of paper, and I am showing you how much is the paper piece and how this needs to be scored to be able and attach it in the door. Well, this is now a door, my intention, and you will see how to glue it and how to make all the marks, and then we can continue decorating the box. the box finished. Now the next thing that I want to do is to add something on the top. Of course, this is loose or now, but my idea is to stick this box in the outside part. Okay, so let me tell you what I'm planning to do with this die cut. Well, it's a C16 holes big dies. Well, not a big one, but it's plaque and postage. That give me these two shapes, this one and this one. Okay, so I measure from this edge to this edge, and it's a little bit less than 4 7/8, and I recommend you, because I cut at this exactly size, and then when I tried to put it here it was too wide, and I don't want this to be outside the box. This needs to fit in the edges, inside the edges. All right, so my recommendation is to take measurements, because I think these boxes are handmade, so and also we cut this side. Probably you need to adjust the measurements. All right, that's what I did. Actually, I need to cut a little bit more before I made the chips. So I cut out one piece that measure my final measurements. It's 4 not 7/8. It's a little bit less than 7/8. All right, and the last piece measures 3 in the height. Okay, then there are going to be 3 pieces. This one is going to be in the front, this one in the center, and this one in the back. Okay, so the next one measures, this is not the measure complete, because when you cut you lose a tiny part here. So I cut this at 2.5, but then when this was cut I took my measurements from the edge to the below. I make a mark at 1 3/4, and then I just cut, not completely, because this is going to be a kind of hinge or something to hold it here. Okay, and this one we need to adjust the sides. I am going to tell you right now why. The front part, which is this one, these two are from this die. Okay, measure 2 inches also, but then I just measure the sides, and I make my mark are from this corner to the bottom at 5/8 in both sides, and then I just cut the left part here. Okay, don't measure from here, because we need to be sure from the sides at 5/8 of an inch. All right, and then just cut. Now for this one, these are the towers of the castle. What I did is, in both sides I measure at 1 and at 1. Okay, and then because this was 3 inches, I made a mark at 2 3/4 in both, and then from here to the bottom I made another mark at 3/4 of an inch. So I found my center, which is 1/2 inch, and then I just made my marks in both sides. That was the same in this one. Okay, and then I didn't cut anything. First I made all my marks. Okay, then for the center tower, which is more has more width and is tallest. Okay, I measure from this side 5/8, as well as from this side to this one at 5/8, and then I just made my marks. Okay, so this measure 1.5, and I found my center, which is 1.5, the center is 3/4, okay? And then from here to here, I made my mark at 3/4, 3/4 and 3/4 from the top to the bottom, and I just mark here, and that's it. Oh no, from the bottom to the top here it's 1 inch. Okay, so when I have all the marks, I just with my this tool, I just cut all around. First I cut all these lines, and then I just cut these ones, and at the end I cut this one. All right, so I told you but this will be in here, okay? But we need something for the sides, of course. So my idea is to put this piece on top of this, as well on the back of this, okay? So that's why we need to cut a little bit, because this one is going to be in the center, okay? So that's the first thing that I am going to do right now. I made a mark of 1/8 of an inch in, I think, because you can see here, that's what my chipboard measures, 1/8 of an inch. But always, and that's a recommendation, that's a tip, because you don't want to waste time and material, I am going to cut less than 1/8. I prefer to cut several times and be sure. Okay, so let me start here. Of course, we need to do that in both sides, because we will have this piece in both. One is going to be in one side and the other side, okay? And that way we can start assembling our pieces, and this will be the last that I am going to assemble. So I am going to be sure if I need to cut more. Hopefully I am not cutting more than I needed. Okay, so let me start assembling. And first, this is going to be, remember, this will wait here. This is going to be my sides. So I am going to put this piece here, and I need to be sure it's perfectly aligned, as well as in this side. Let me try to move it a little bit more there. Now I am going to add this in the other opposite side also. Of course, I am planning to add some inches, because we need to be sure this stays on place, okay? That's the place. So with a little bit of masking tape, you can secure this piece on the outside. Okay, I'm going to use another in the other side. This is this measures 1/2 inch. Okay, but I didn't tell you how tall is this piece. I'm going to tell you now. Okay, here's Cecilia. Okay, this, if I am not wrong, is, yes, 5/8. Why? is 5/8 because we have 5/8 here. Okay, that's why these are 5/8 tall. And let me tell you how much is here. 2¼ okay, because I measure this piece is not going to be on this flap because this is going to be opening. Let me show you. This piece is going to be here, okay. This will be all stick together, so we are able to open here and close it, right? So that's why I measure to know how much is this length from here to here, from this edge to this edge, okay. But we need to take out a little bit because we have this piece and this piece. So let me show you. This will be here. This is not the place, and then this will be in there, that way. Okay, you see? And this, let me check if that was enough or not. Yes, I think that is enough. Well, maybe first we need to assemble this piece to this one. I'm going to secure it. Okay, I just add the glue here, and remember this needs to stay folding, okay, because later we will glue this with the there. Okay, I just try to align it here. Let me see, this is not aligned here. Just trying to put this in the right place and pushing down because we just cut there, remember. Okay, here I need to stay and press a little bit, okay. Aquí. I am going to add a little bit of glue in this flap because it's better if this stays on place and it's not moving there, okay. Let me try this again. Okay, and here we need to hold it until this dries. Okay, this is already glued, and I also use white gesso to cover everything. And if you don't have white gesso, you can use white acrylic paint or even in cream color. I don't have cream color, but you can see here the difference. However, I am going to use this vintage gold metallic wax. Also, if you don't have this wax, you can use any gold wax or any gold acrylic paint. Just be careful with the paints because they are fluid, and this is so easy to apply. I like to use my fingers, and as you are watching here, I have the measurements for these pieces that I already cut, okay. Well, I am showing you here how I plan it to distress everything because I want these gold edges. I think it's going to look really pretty. Also here, all the edges I am going to distress off camera, of course, But let me show you the papers that I choose for cover everything. Okay, let me move this, and I choose the pink. Well, this is going to be sticked here. I'm planning to use a strong adhesive to put here in the back, and also in this side. That way, if this is secure, I can open this only as a door, you see. Maybe, I am not sure, even we can use a brad or something to hold it here. I think that's a good idea. I have some brads, really pretty, from Graphic 45, and maybe I am going to use it two there. Okay, for the inside, this is for the outside. I have these two papers. One is shortened than the other. I just measure with my ruler, but if you want to leave a less space, this is not complicated. Just because I like to see a little bit of the edges around, I cut this a little bit shorter, you see, because the album is going to be here. And then I have, for the size and for the top and the bottom, I am going to cover all of this with this pink paper, okay? And also inside the frame, I'm going to use this. I think that I am going to use a double acetate, one here and one here, because then we can use this as a shaker with some beads or something, not too bulky because we don't have so much space there, okay? So I am going to open my window, and the best way for me is to put this here exactly where I want it, and then secure this with some pins or something. I think that is fine. And then with my pencil I can make my marks here, and of course these marks are exactly in the edge of the square, or not square, this frame. So I am going to show you what I'm planning to do right now. Okay, now this is my top, okay? So this is exactly this window. Well, I am going to open it about 1 millimeter in all the sides, because in that way we can see also the frame around, the ivory frame, okay? Well, this is for the inside, all of these pinks. Now for the outside, I don't have so much of this paper, unfortunately, but I really love this pattern, so I am planning to use it. This will be for here. I am going to use 2 layers of paper, the blue, and then this is going to be on the top. So I have, this is going to be only for here, okay? Here I am not going to add the blue, or I don't know, maybe later, we'll see. For the sides, I have 2 pieces also, to put one here and the other on the other side here below of this flap. And for the back I got this, but this is too short, so I am going to use this and maybe some strip or something here to complete to cover all of this, because this is really pretty. I want to add this. So this is my plan for the box. Now for the top side, this piece is going to be here on the top, because I have 2 of these. I don't know where is the other one, but I know it's somewhere there. Let me see. Now they are here. Yes, here I am going to cover it, because then when this is covered like so, we will glue it, this piece. And for cover all of this, I've choose for the front side this one. These are from the patterns and solids. For the front I have this yellow, and the way that I cut this was so easy. I just calculate the piece, and then I just made my marks here on the piece and cut all around these three sides. And I am going to use the red for the back, but not here. I love this color, so this is going to be here like so. Okay, this will be in the front. Okay, well, let me show you first this one here and this one here. I think it's going to look pretty, the contrast with the blue and the yellow. Now these pieces, of course, I made my marks before I attach everything. Okay, I cut two pieces exactly the same, but because we glued this piece on top of this, I made two notches here, you see, in here, because this needs to fit here inside. Okay, well, now this is everything that I am going to use, the papers and everything. I am going to distress all my edges first, and when I have everything ready, we will continue assembling all the rest of the papers on the box. Okay, everything is distressed with the wax. I use my fingertip, but also on these spaces, because my finger doesn't, it's too bulky, my finger, for this tiny space. I use a brush. Okay, you just need to take a little bit of this and then apply it. All right, now it's time to glue this piece here, but I think I'm going to start covering the outside, not the front yet, but the rest here. Yes, I want to cover that. Also, I want to cover all this piece before I attach it here. When this is covered, I am going to glue these two pieces, so that's why I want to start I will use a piece of seam binding that I am planning to color this to pull out the album from the box.
The last piece of paper that is going to be in this left side, I am going to wait to glue it, because at this point I am sure that I want to use a brads, a pair of brads to attach it and join these two pieces, because it's better to be secure. This is not going to be falling apart. We need to wait until these two pieces are really sticked. I mean, the glue needs to dry a bit. So in the meantime, I am going to embellish a little bit the tail of the ribbon with two circle punch, and also with the heart from the die cut assortments. My cutter, I tried to open the space for the legs, but remember we are working with two thick pieces of chipboard, so I am going to help myself with this tool to open easily the space, and can put the brads and then just secure it on the back.
cut the frames that are going to be on top. This will be inside. First I cut this. I told you how I made my marks. I went 1 millimeter outside in all the sides, and that's the result. Then I just use, first I join with a little bit of washi tape the 2 layers exactly what I wanted. Now I just put this on top, and I just made my marks here, and at the end we can make adjustments if we need to. Okay, but this is it. Now I am going to cut both layers in one. You just need to be careful and do this taking your time, because we have 2 layers. But now I think that I am going to cut a little bit shorter this one that is on top. I can remove this. Ready? Okay. Now I am going to come a little bit outside in the 4 sides. This frame in top, and this will look so beautiful like that. Okay, so I am going to use also the acetate. We need to put first the inside. Here I am going to work first with the inside, and we need a piece that measures about 4.5 by 3.5, 2 pieces. Okay, I already stick here the acetate and also this paper. The inside is ready. Now I have here my other acetates. I need to clean this a little bit. Okay, and I am going to use not too much, just a bit, because we don't have so much space here, but I think this is going to look pretty if we use some of this, some in blue, some in some pink. But I need to see if this is not too bulky. Yep, it is.
And now we are ready to attach the top to the box. And I am going to use the strong adhesive, which I need to hold for a little while until this is drying, because this will maintain secure the top part in the bottom. And this is my idea to decorate now. Everything is dried, and well, we can start the fun part, just attaching elements and using, of course, pieces of chipboard. This one is a thin chipboard, but I am going to use also another more thick to give more volume. Here you just need to play, that's all you need to do, play with all your die cut assortments, the die cuts, and everything you have, and you will see at the end a beautiful, beautiful front. Well, it's not exactly a castle, that's the idea, but I am really happy in how this turned at the end. Something to remember is to add in from the bottom to the top all the elements, because this box will stand up, so you don't want to put anything that is below the edge. There is well, below, exactly. So everything needs to be from the bottom to the top, all the decoration. I wanted to add this pull door because these are so gorgeous, but at the end I couldn't do it because my magnets didn't give me enough space to add all the brads that we need to attach. So I use a decorative brad, also by Graphic 45, to use it as a pull door. And I am doing here some flags for the top, because all the medieval castles has flags normally. So I made a template. It's something roughly drawer, and I am going to make with two pieces two flags. And of course, I am drawing in the back of the paper that I am planning to use. This color is really, really, really pretty, and I am looking to match all the colors in the top and also in the bottom. You will see that I am going to use a toothpick to attach it to the top of the box.
I'm going to cover this toothpick with my wax, because these are going to be the holders for the flags, so I want everything matched, but you can distress them if you prefer.
Now the big question, how I am going to attach the flags to the top of this castle? Well, I was thinking a lot of options, but definitely this needs to stay on the, as you are watching right now in the screen, in the towers. So I am going to glue it on the back, and again I am going to cut another piece of paper to cover up the toothpick, because I think this is the best option. I just made my template again, as you are going to see here on the screen, because everything is attached already. So I just made a template and I cut out all the piece until I was sure it will cover all the base and also the toothpick, because that's the idea, to cover up the toothpick and put the flags where they belong, in the corner. Well, it's not a corner, or it is on the towers. So this was what I did, and I I thought maybe you can, if you are watching, of course, the video, and you plan to follow this piece, you can glue it at the end, not at the beginning as I did it. In this case, you don't have to repeat and cut another piece of paper. And I decided to add this two strip of paper in the back because I added more strong adhesive where these two pieces are joining, because I really want to be sure this is going to stay forever on the place. So I add the glue, and then I just add a piece of the not white, this cream paper. And when this is perfectly dry, this will work as a hinge. So it's not only decorative, but it's also as a hinge. And then I can cover that strip with a blue one just to embellish it and make this coordinate with the rest of the papers that I choose for the outside. And that's it. This is what we have now, and I am really pleased and really thankful because you are joining me in this video tutorial. I know it's a little bit long, but it's a full tutorial, and you can ask me anything if there is something is not clear enough. Thank you so much for joining me.